Yo, what's going on, guys? It's your boy. Welcome back to another video. Today we're going to be ranking kind of our most anticipated movies for the upcoming couple of months, and the way that I'm doing this is going to be a little different. I try not to do a bunch of trailer reactions on my channel, but in the last 2 weeks I've done about like 5 or 6, and there's been a lot of trailers that have came out, so I kind of wanted to go on here and kind of like rank each of the trailers that I've seen recently. So I've got 7. I'm going to go ahead and list all the movies on the screen so that you guys can kind of like do your rankings along with me. I'm sure there's probably other movie trailers that I've released in the last 2 weeks that I might have missed, but those are the 7 that I've seen, and those are the 7 I'm going to be ranking here. So that being said, let's go ahead and dive right into this, shall we? Alrighty, coming in dead last place, this is a movie that I am really excited about, but this trailer didn't really do that much for me. We got Transformers 1. This animated movie looks like it's going to be a whole lot of fun. I think that this animation looks really interesting. I think that it really fits these characters really well. I think that it's going to be an interesting kind of origin story for these characters, and I like the fact that we're going to be getting a Transformers movie that takes place on the actual planet where they're from, and I really do kind of like the vibes of this trailer. I think that overall it does a good job kind of showcasing some of the character archetypes, at least, so that we can have a general idea of how these characters are going to be interacting with each other and what they're going to be doing. But as far as trailers go, I think that it was kind of underwhelming. It didn't do a whole lot for like the story aspect, and for the most part it still is just a teaser trailer, and I'm expecting that we're going to get some more longer trailers later down the line. But as of right now, compared to these other trailers that I've seen in the last 2 weeks, it's just not as exciting. Already coming in 6th place, we have an upcoming Glenn Powell movie. We have the movie Hitman, which I've heard so much interesting things about it, and I've heard a lot of like really early reviews, and from what I've heard, I was not expecting this trailer at all. I think that this trailer really caught me off guard, and it kind of completely changed what my expectations for the movie are. I thought that this movie was going to be like a cut and dry, like kind of basic action film, and I thought that it was going to be something maybe on a similar vein to like the Roadhouse movie that we got recently, to the Monkey Man movie that we got recently, maybe like a John Wick type movie, and it seems like it's going to be incredibly different, and it kind of feels like it's going to be a rom-com slash action film, kind of on the same vein as the Ghosted movie that came out last year. And for the most part, the trailer looks good. I feel like we didn't get a whole lot of the story in it, which I think is actually pretty nice. Like, I like that we're kind of keeping it vague, and I like the fact that we're kind of seeing some of these weird different eccentric characters that is going to be on display in this film. I'm blanking on the actor's name right now. Glenn Powell. We're going to be seeing some of the weird characters that Glenn Powell plays, and I think that this movie is going to be a really interesting movie to kind of showcase his range a little bit, and I am pretty excited for it. But coming in 5th place, there is just something special about horror trailers, and this one in particular is like just beautiful to me. It's the Speak No Evil trailer. For people who do not know, I believe this movie is going to be a remake. Like, I think that this movie already exists. I think that there's like a Japanese version of it, or some other country, foreign country, has made a version of this movie out there, and this is going to be the Americanized version. So obviously it could be good, it could be bad, but my big thing is it's got the man, the myth, the legend, James McAvoy playing a psychopath character, and I think that any movie where he plays a psychopath is incredibly good. I am very, very fond of his acting, and it's fantastic. And on top of that, this trailer is pretty terrifying. I think that they do a really good job with kind of like starting it off as like all sunny and rainbows and very happy, to whenever there's kind of like moments where the characters like snap and they kind of like change their entire personalities, like James McAvoy's character. It looks great, and I'm incredibly excited for this movie. I think it's got a lot of potential. The only reason why it's not as high as some of the other movies on the list is this is a Blumhouse movie, and the last couple of Blumhouse movies have been relatively underwhelming despite having good trailers. So my anticipation's not that high, but the trailer does look pretty good. Coming in 4th place, we have the upcoming M. Night Shyamalan movie, Trap. I am incredibly excited for this movie. I think that it looks really good. I think that the trailer for it, for the most part, was pretty simple and to the point, and I really liked it. It was pretty straightforward. It just kind of like laid down what the premise of the movie is, and I think that the premise is so interesting. The whole concept of there being a serial killer who's kind of like on the loose. He's trying to live his normal life, and you know, he has a daughter, and he's taking her to this fun little concert. It's gonna be innocent. It's just gonna be a fun little night. And then things kind of go south, and there's apparently police officers there looking for him because they have somehow been tipped off that, you know, he is going to be at this concert. very interesting concept. I think that the music choice in this what's it called trailer was really good. I'm really excited to see kind of more of like the concert aspect, because as somebody who's gone to a lot of concerts, I think that they've got that atmosphere pretty much down pat, and I think that the entire setting, stage design, all of that jazz seems fantastic, and I'm excited for it. Coming in third place, however, we have Joker, Folie à Deux. I will say I am incredibly biased towards superhero movies in general, but this one in particular, the first Joker movie was one of my favorite movies of all time. Like, the year that it came out, I loved it. I went and saw it in theaters, I think 3 times. And the second it came out on Blu-ray, I got it. I watched it a couple more times. I was a really, really big fan of Joaquin Phoenix's performance as the Joker. I think that that entire version of Gotham works incredibly well for me. And seeing the way that they're kind of going to be flipping it on its head, and it's going to be turning into more of like an imaginary like wasteland with this movie, is really excited to me. I think that a lot of the musical aspects and the fact that it's going to be very colorful is great. We got our first couple of looks at Lady Gaga's Harley Quinn, and she looks fantastic, and I'm really, really excited about this movie. I think the vibes look great. One of the only things I think could have potentially made this trailer a little bit better is if we got to hear at least one of the like songs that are going to be singing from the movie, because I believe we did definitely hear a song in the background of the trailer, but I don't think it was one that was sang by Joaquin Phoenix or by Lady Gaga. So I'm really intrigued to see when we start getting out like songs from that movie, because it's really cool to me that it's going to be a musical, and I really hope that they do a good job of advertising it as a musical for people who aren't aware. Coming in second place, our runner-up, we have the movie Maxine. I think that this trailer looks absolutely fantastic. I will admit I have a couple of movies that I need to watch before this movie comes out, because I believe this movie is coming out in July, and I'm pretty sure it's following the movie X and the movie Pearl. I could be wrong about that. I know that those are both Mia Goth movies, and this is going to be Mia Goth again, and I'm incredibly excited for this movie. I think that everything about the style of it feels incredibly fresh. I think that they're doing a really good job of playing to the time period that takes place, and I believe it's going to take place in the 80s. The concept of the serial killer who's going around kind of killing celebrities in Hollywood is really interesting, and I like the way that they're kind of showing this character who's a young female who's very like impressionable, and she really just wants to make it big in Hollywood, and she seems like she's a really go-getter person, and she's willing to do pretty much anything to get famous. It looks really good. I really liked everything about how they actually put this trailer together. Like I said, it feels very of the times. Like, it felt kind of nostalgic to me as somebody who occasionally will go back and rewatch some like 80s, 90s movies and stuff like that. And it feels like it's going to be very nostalgic in a way that I'm not fully expecting. And then on top of that, it's a horror movie that's going to follow a killer who I believe actually exists in real life. I don't know if it's going to be telling his story or if it's just a character based off of an actual killer from real life, but that to me sounds interesting, and I am really excited about it. And I'm trying to get more into horror films, and I think that this will be a great one for me to like I said, watch the 2 movies that take place before it and then watch this one in theaters. But that being said, I do want to go ahead and draw your attention to, there is going to be an obvious number 1 for me. Alrighty, and coming in first place, to absolutely nobody's surprise, we have the Deadpool and Wolverine trailer. I am a diehard Marvel fan. I've been a Marvel fan since literally as long as I've been alive, and Deadpool is one of my favorite characters, and we got a trailer that perfectly showed me pretty much everything I am wanting from this movie. We got Wolverine in his classic blue and yellow suit. He looks absolutely incredible. Hugh Jackman looks great. We get to see the kind of back and forth between Deadpool and Wolverine. We get to see some more clips of them fighting. We get to see the giant corpse of an Ant-Man that is in the void, or whatever wasteland they're in, because a lot of people are saying it's the void. I wouldn't be surprised if they pull a fast one on us and it's not actually the void. It's just like a universe that's dead or dying. But that being said, this trailer had everything you can want from this kind of movie. They had cocaine jokes. They had really epic action sequences. We got to see some first looks at Deadpool's new Antimanium. I'm definitely pronouncing that wrong. Adamantium? Something like that. The special metal like katanas that he has. You get the first glimpse of those. Like I said, we get to see both of these characters in costume walking alongside each other. We get to see Wolverine sleeveless. I was so excited about that. I wasn't sure if we were going to get to see him sleeveless at all, but the sleeveless Wolverine suit looks great. The claws and everything look fantastic. We get our first look at Emma Corrin as the villain Cassandra Nova. There's a lot to be excited about with this upcoming Deadpool movie. And, I don't even know if I mentioned, there were 6 F-bombs in this movie. It's going to be rated R. This is so exciting. But yeah, that being said, that was it for this video, guys. Thank you guys so much for coming by and checking it out. This was just a quick one for us. I'm probably going to go watch Challengers tonight, so my video tomorrow, stay tuned for that. It's probably going to be a review of that movie. But that being said, that was it for this video, guys, and I will hopefully see you guys in the next one. Peace out. Bow, bow, bow.
Back at it again, but that's a relevant flow. So smooth, they calling me Mr. Elegant. Like an elephant, I got a long nose. Like a president, I've got a few hoes. Swift with a stutter, I'm smooth like butter. Don't see it coming when I slip undercover. Like a big dog, but I don't bite. I'm still a big broad, I'd win that fight. Come match you and I knock out your lights.